Hi cuties, welcome back to another video. Today I am here to show you how to load and thread your bobbin, and I know that a lot of you recently have purchased the Project Runway Brother sewing machine that I love so much. So I thought this might be helpful to you to get started because I know a lot of you are beginner sewers, and I do have a few important tips that you do need to know about the bobbin specifically for this sewing machine. So let's go ahead and jump right in. To get started with your bobbin, we're going to thread and load this baby up. And it's good to start with a blank bobbin because you can't easily buy a loaded bobbin in the store for this sewing machine, and it's very important to use the correct style bobbin. So please make sure not to use a generic type. I have heard of people's sewing machines break, so I'm using the one that has come with my sewing machine. You can order them online as well. Okay, so to get started, we're going to partially thread our sewing machine so that we can thread our bobbin. I'm using an all-purpose thread here, and you want the thread to be going over the top to the back. So it's right here, and you want to make sure, so it's going to be like heading away from the sewing machine, if that makes sense. And so you can see when I pull on it, it's going towards the back. And then you can use this right here to make sure that your thread doesn't fly off. Okay, so now this is a view from the top, and so this is the front, and so we're just looking down like so. And you want to take your thread and you're going to bring it around. It's going to go under this little metal hook right here. It just kind of slips right under. I'll give you guys a better view in just a moment, but I kind of need to do this with two hands, so I'm going to do that just one more time. So I'm taking the thread, and you're going to hear even a little click because you want to make sure you push it up all the way. So listen. Okay, so that is in that metal hook now, and then we're going to go over to this little disc area, I'm not sure what to call it, and you just slide it kind of under. And you do want to make sure that it goes in between, there's two metal pieces. So again, you won't really be able to see this until you're doing it on your own. Okay, and then we are going to go over here to this piece right here. We're gonna go right around once, like almost halfway around this little metal, it's like a little metal flag. And you do need to have tension when you do this so that it kind of stays on this area. So I just wrap it around halfway, and then it's going to go around this little metal disc and under. Whoops. Okay, so we're going to go around this little flag to the back, and then we're going to go around this little disc and under, and then we will thread our bobbin. I'm going to do this once more, just really quickly, from a little bit further back so you can see the whole picture. Okay, so we have our thread that is coming from the back here, and we're going to take this. It's going to go up under this little metal thing here, coil, and then it's going to go through here. Make sure that it goes behind that little, between the metal pieces here. And I'm doing this from a really weird angle, so forgive me. And then it's gonna go around this little flag. So we're to the back, and then it's gonna go slip under this little metal disc. And then now we can thread our bobbin. So your bobbin is going to have two teeny little holes on each side. And it doesn't matter which side you choose, but you are going to take your thread and you're going to thread it from the inside to the outside on one of these holes, and just make sure that it goes up. Okay, so we have this thread coming through this little teeny circle, and now we are going to take this bobbin, make sure that this doesn't pull back through, and you want to go ahead and place this on the bobbin holder up here. You're going to take this and move it, click it over to the right. There we go. And then we are going to press down on our foot pedal, and this will start filling up. So before I press down on the pedal, I'm just going to pinch about an inch of this thread and just make sure that it stays up out of the hole just to get started. Turn on your sewing machine, of course. and then I'm going to lightly press down. And then once it gets started, you can actually just let go and continue pressing down. Okay, so let's fill this up. Once it gets going, you can absolutely trim this little piece as well because you really don't need it on here. And I like to fill mine pretty big. So when it gets full, you're going to see that it's getting closer to this part right here. And I like to stop before that gets too tight. Now that your bobbin is full, you can go ahead and press this over to the left again. Take your bobbin off and it is loaded. I like to trim just a little bit here, about maybe a couple inches. And then we can go ahead and load this into our sewing machine. Very simple to load your bobbin. You just want to press this little button to the right and it pops off. Take your bobbin and you can just fit it right down into this little spot here. You want to make sure that when you pull on your bobbin is going counterclockwise. So the thread is going to be coming from the left side. And then what you want to do is just take a little piece of it. You're going to slip it under this little opening here. Looks like a half circle. You're just gonna slip it under this part right here. And then you can see there's a guide and it will just guide you all the way around here. And then it's going to clip off the excess, and you want that to happen. And then it's completely loaded. So replace the little topper here. And with your top threaded, all you need to do is take your little wheel here and turn it towards you just a couple times until, or it's usually just like once, until you see that your bottom thread, your bobbin thread, has came up. And I usually like to take like a pair of scissors and just press it to the side. And once it comes up, I like to just pull a couple inches out and move it to kind of the back. Now your bobbin is filled, loaded, ready to go. So I hope that was helpful, and if you wanted to see how to thread the top thread, there will be an annotation somewhere around the screen that you can click now. And I hope this series is helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!